Okay, good evening. It's Monday, November 18th. You're watching the Convergence Report. I am Mike Thomas on XC's TV. We're live streamed by Noxtrom Digital Media at the Downtown Windsor Business Accelerator. And you know what? Just to give you kind of we're kind of trying to improve the show, trying to make it a little bit better, a little bit quicker. So we got shorter commercials for you. We kind of shortened up the show to be about 25 minutes. But it's not going to make a difference. The content's still going to be fantastic. So tonight on the Convergence Report, I don't try to make it the same, but it just makes it so easy, and I actually get some good information. I had some sources up in Toronto on the weekend watching Rob Ford himself. So we'll talk about Robble Bobble again, and I'll also I think I'm going to challenge Ashley Nicole's Beyond Incredible, because I think I'm going to do a poetry reading tonight in my Ode to Duffy, and just some of my basic Facebook karma. Some of the local news and stuff going on. So, again, this is the Convergence Report. I am Mike Thomas on XC's TV, live streamed by Noxtrom Digital Media. I will be back, right after this.
You're watching XC's TV, streaming live from downtown Windsor for the Windsor Downtown Business Accelerator, and this is the Convergence Report with Mike Thomas, and we'll be super right back.
Okay, and we're back. You're watching Convergence Reports. I am Mike Thomas. Give me my next slide up there, Alex. Again, it's just a reminder that we are live streaming. This is live, but when it's all said and done, I thank my viewers for tuning in right now. But then if you want to see it a little bit later on, you can watch it on YouTube at Noxtrom Digital Media. We ask you to please subscribe to us. Again, we're trying to make the content's great. We're trying to make it, we're kind of trying to kind of speed up the show a little bit with a little bit less commercial time to start right now. So anyways, you can see that. My first topic tonight, I'm going to click the next slide up there, Alex. It's in regards to, believe it or not, in the Windsor-Essex area. We're talking about Canadian football. Canadian football, is there really a thing? Well, down here in Windsor-Essex, you wouldn't think there is Canadian football. I was trying to find some Hamilton Tidecat some Hamilton Tidecat stuff at the local sports stores. And thank you, Canadian Tire. I'm going to have to ask them to be a sponsor to my show. Canadian Tire at least had a couple of things, and I was able to get a bumper sticker and a flag because my family anyways was supporting the Hamilton Ticats, and they absolutely came through with a 36-24 victory over, I think it's the defending Grey Cup champions, the Toronto Argonauts, and now they're on their way to Saskatchewan, and the Saskatchewan Roughriders also won, so it's kind of a home province type of Grey Cup final. It's going to be next week, November 24th. I couldn't tell you the time, but anyways, the Grey Cup next 24th. Hamilton Ticats are going to be there, and let's try to get Windsor-Essex into the game. We definitely do know. I talked to my uncle before. Was that really truly CFL? It's kind of almost like London up for us. Southwestern Ontario is so heavily inundated by the Detroit Lions. So we got the Ticats and the Lions that we're pulling for right now. But that's what's going on. So go tune into the Grey Cup next Sunday. Let's make it a truly Canadian experience in the Windsor-Essex area. My next slide, please, Alex. This is really my eyewitness report. I'm not going to give up my sources. And it's Rob Ford, because here we go again. Bobble Robble again. He had a box at the Rogers Centre. The Argonauts got tired of his stuff. They said, don't wear the shirt no more. And they took away his box seats. And everybody kind of thought it would be over. But I guess for Rob Ford and Doug Ford, and it's nothing's ever over. So here we go again. Could he just kind of slide into the game, kind of just watch it a little bit, kind of unassuming? You know what? Let the East Conference final be what it is between Hamilton and Toronto. What I was told, and again, this is eyewitness report. He showed up at halftime. Okay, he had box tickets at about the 20-yard line. He come bouncing in with his Toronto Argonauts shirt on. With his entourage, with his big entourage. He wore the jersey, okay, right in the middle. Where is he sitting? in the Hamilton section. Okay, Toronto wouldn't let him sit over here, so he sits in the Hamilton section. You can see the picture on the slide. Our mayor's better than you. I guess there was all kinds of signs like this. There were signs of the Toronto quarterback, Ricky Ray for mayor. And from what I was told, he wasn't devastated by any of this. He was basking. He was basking in the glow of all this. The people were booing. Okay, people were cheering, and they said, if I kind of checked out the Twitter and some of the news today, 40% approval rating, and there it was. You had some people booing, some people cheering. There was fans throwing beer cans at him, and he wasn't. He was ducking a little bit or letting it bounce off. Okay, but he said, I was told there was at least 3 stadium cams on him. There's only about 15 cameras in that whole stadium, but because it was Rob Ford and because of the charade that the rock star Rob Ford was in the building, that they had to have 3 cameras on him. But what they did say is they did not put him on the big screen. It was kind of surprised by that, but it really and truly that probably would have set the crowd right off. They were booing and cheering just around in the sections that they're at. So it really was kind of crazy. And as the fans that I talked to, anyways, they said it truly took away from the game or the excitement from the game, especially from the Hamilton section, like why he was sitting there with his Argos shirt and whatever. So everybody keeps talking about it, and this is where, I think I'm going to talk to my co-producer Alex. I think myself and himself and Ashley and Nicole from Beyond Incredible maybe have to do a counterpoint, because I don't think it's the media kicking somebody when they're down. I think he's welcoming all attention, whether it's negative or whether it's positive. Okay, it's like he is giving it to the media. He's attacking the media, and everybody gets the sympathy build is trying to begin, but he's the one that doesn't do that. He ended up staying right to the very end of the game, and this, of course, because what happened the night before? And it was all over the news again. It was the Saturday Night Live parody of him, and people talked about it, but they talked about it in 2 different ways. They're saying, this is getting to be ridiculous. Again, they're saying, it doesn't make Canada look good, or Toronto, or anything else. And he's basking again. He's basking in the glow. He just loves it. He loves the limelight. So anyways, he goes with his entourage. He just absolutely loves the attention. So from what I see anyways, and from the reports I got, eyewitness reports, I'm not going to give my sources up, eyewitness reports right from the Rogers Centre saying it didn't bother him a lick. Everybody was standing up all around him with their cell phones, hoping to get the train wreck, hoping to click the train wreck in the process, and it didn't happen. He loved every minute of it, and that is the reality that we live in, the Robble Ford administration, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. So put my next slide up there, Alex. Okay, and it's Robble Ford, and because I was kind of finding stuff is bouncing back on him now, some of his supporters. Okay, and he's this is Don Cherry. Mr. I'm not going to call him Mr. Hockey because I'm doing something on Gordie Howe later on, but Mr. Grapes himself, and he's going to be the greatest mayor the city has ever seen. As far as I'm concerned, you can put that in your pipes. Pipes! Oh, geez, crack pipes. Put that in your pipes, you left-wing kooks. And that was Don Cherry as an inauguration. I just kind of laugh that, whatever you say. Remember Facebook Karma? I kind of do that show, Facebook Karma, because whatever you say doesn't disappear in this new world or new age we live in. It gets recorded somehow, and it comes back, whether it's print, whether it's social media, whether it's on Facebook, it comes back to bite you. There is no doubt about it. You can kind of give me my next slide up there, Alex, if you would like. Okay, and this was, again, this was Rabble.ca. I kind of also follow them, and it was kind of talking about a little bit, again, in regards to for Mayor Ford and the Ford Nation, and Ford Nation itself. Actually, Ford Motor Company has said, stop using our logo. So people are getting, major corporations getting really tired of him, which is not good for investment in Toronto. Okay, if there's no such thing as good governance, okay, what was they're dealing with today, it's at the Toronto City Council, okay, then desire to remain in power is enough, I guess, if you are sincerely sorry that you smoke crack. Okay, so I just laugh at that. It's just unbelievable that this is all still happening. And to pop up my last slide there so we can kind of finish finished his streamer section. Rob Ford, the rock star. There is no doubt that exactly is what he thinks. It's all over Twitter. The reduction of power. When it kept taking away little bits and little bits, he's now making threats. He was bumping into fellow councilors. He said, you know what? You have just attacked Kuwait, whatever the heck that means at the end of the day. And that was from Tyler Brownbridge on Twitter. So people are definitely following Steve Paikin. He was saying he's never seen any administrator stripped of so much power, okay, in a sitting as they're trying to make this go away. Because the bottom line is, the comments are, if an emergency happened tomorrow to Toronto, okay, something huge, okay, whether it's a snowstorm or something, a bomb threat, okay, a threat to security, okay, and you had to say, okay, Rob Ford, make a decision, okay, what kind of state are you going to find him in? Okay, what kind of rock star adulation is he just going to be playing with? You know what? I'll be the hero. We don't need heroes. We need somebody to do the job. So that's the bottom line. Okay, put my next slide up there as we go to commercial there, Alex. Okay, you are watching the Convergence Report. We are live streamed on XE's TV by Noxtrom Digital Media. Don't forget, you can check us out on YouTube a little later on. Okay, from the Downtown Windsor Business Accelerator. Less commercials. Okay. 20, a little shorter show, 25 minutes. Sometimes I still drag it out because I can talk when I have to. Okay, but you know what? We will be back right after this.
You're watching XIS TV, streaming live from downtown Windsor, from the Windsor Downtown Business Accelerator, and this is the Convergence Report with Mike Thomas. We'll be right back. And we're going to be back in 1, 2, 3.
Okay, and we're back. You're watching the Convergence Report. I am Mike Thomas, live streamed by Noxtrom Digital Media, down here at the Downtown Business Accelerator, 720 Ouellette in Windsor, Ontario. And it's the Harper Duff Report. Give me the Harper Duff Report. You know what? I just love doing this. There's just people throw stuff at you. People talk they do talk about it, and and I talked about it in regards to the Rogers Center when I was talking to I'll call them my sources. The people that were sitting around are really the journalists. Okay, and then they put their information up, and if I can call myself a journalist, but I wasn't there. I didn't get the front row seats to see the train wreck of Rob Ford. So people put the stuff up. They take the pictures. They actually do assist in this crazy world we live in nowadays. So this Big Brother world we live in nowadays, that you can't escape the microscope, and some people try to hide from it. Actually, Rob Ford doesn't. So anyways, the other people that don't want to hide from it or don't try to hide from it in our Harper Duff Report is our little buddy Mike Duffy. And I was sent a nice little poem, and I guess it's going to be, maybe we'll add this new feature if I get enough culture sent to me through the internet. My poetry reading is the Ode to Mike Duffy. You can put my next slide up there. And really kind of looks at it with, okay, there we go. It talks about Canada, or Stephen Harper finally, and we got rid of the penny, okay, but maybe Flaherty and Harper unveiled our new $90,000 bill, okay, with Mike Duffy right on it in regards to that. That's how it kind of first started. So, cheers, and Mike Duffy says cheers. So maybe he's cheering to our ode to Duffy, and I'm going to kind of read the poem, and I'll try to do it. I will give it its best literal showing. Okay, so the ode to Duffy is: Duffy sat in the house. Duffy was a real louse, trying to figure where is his home. On taxpayers' money, he continued to roam, wheeling and dealing like Wallen and Mack. But all of a sudden, he seemed to lose track of how much he took and where it all went. Said he had no idea how it got spent. So back to the trough to try and get more. Said to his wife, "We'll never be poor. The rules are unclear and the colleagues so dumb. From PEI, I'll tell him I'm from. 2 principal homes he claimed to possess. Saying he got caught, he'll never confess. He feared he might have a big heart attack, so the money he'll need, not give it back." Then along came that scoundrel, Roger S. Fife. His nosing around upset Duffy's life. He blabbed to the world, Duffy's nothing but dirt, and God only knows how much that hurt. He prodded and poked, and gossip he bought. Duffy had no idea he'd never get caught. He's an honest man, Harper, he claimed. Duffy's response to them all was he had been defamed. When it seemed to them all that Duffy was done, the mess he was in was not really fun, they thought they had brought him down to his knee till Harper sent Nigel with his 90 G's. So off he did run right up to the bank. Taxpayers, or Harper, or Nigel, his friend, but they all remained silent right up to the end. The money he took, he had thus put back, so the auditors now will cease to attack. Duffy's honesty, integrity, and all he stood for is now in his cabin behind a locked door. They'll not snoop around, it's plain for to see, as the help he now has from the RCMP. His senator friends may give him a fine, but they'll do as they wish, he'll never resign. With an exorbitant salary, they'll never freeze. He continues along and cheats as he please. Double dipping, he'll show you because he can be so easy when a senator learns how to be sleazy. With taxpayers' dollars, he's now off the hook, and he'll make some more money when he publishes a book. And it's onward and upward. He'll never be blue. He continues his game and makes fools out of you. You can't kiss him goodbye while he's still alive, until, of course, when he's 75. But by then you'll see, before he is off, he'll continue to feed if he empties the trough. It can't get much better as he's hale and hearty. He's got where he is as a friend of the party. They covered his back as the truth they can't tell. So unless you're a Tory, you go directly to hell. Politics, as you know, is always so sleazy, and ripping you off, they made all too easy. So when really good people won't get in the game, as cheating and lying will ruin their good name. As happened before, never will change, attracting these people who are strange. They claim working for you is not really easy, all the way they succeed just to be sleazy. Okay? And that is the ode to Mike Duffy. And it was at the end that they did say, you know what, there should be a 2-term limit in politics. Limit all politicians to those 2 terms. 1 in office, 1 in prison. It works in Detroit and Chicago already. Okay? So that is the Harper Duffy Report for today. And you know what? That was a quickie. And you know what? Another quickie commercial coming my way there, Alex. Okay, we'll take a break. Mike Thomas, the Convergence Report, live streamed by Noxtrom Digital Media on XE's TV. And I'll be back with Facebook Karma.
You're watching XIS TV, streaming live from downtown Windsor for the Windsor Downtown Business Accelerator. And this is the Convergence Report with Mike Thomas. We'll be right back.
Okay, we're back. You're watching the Convergence Report. We're going to do, I think we can focus in on me there, Alex, and then we can put the Facebook Karma one up. And I call it Facebook Karma because I said I saw that, the news. That's the most immediate way through Twitter, through Facebook. As long as you kind of keep to the news agencies, and it comes fairly fast. And we had some good news, a couple good news items in Windsor so far. My next slide up there, and this was posted by, and it started with, I think the Liberal member of Parliament, a member of provincial Parliament was in Toronto, so she couldn't be at the actual announcement, but there was a huge news today, and it was posted up also by Taras Natashak of NDP Windsor, or MPP of Essex. Okay, in regards to thoracic cancer surgery and the level 2 designation for Windsor Regional Hospital, and it was waking up the great news that cancer patients won't have to travel. Okay, won't have to travel through Hell's Half Acre to get the surgeries that they need. That through Voices Empowered through Windsor Tecumseh MPP Percy Hatfield and himself, and don't forget they had that town hall last week at the Essex Community Center. And thousands of residents, and there was to protect the local health care services in Windsor, Essex. Okay, it allowed them to do that. So they also want to thank David Musée, Ken Dean, Dr. Codling, and all the medical professionals that remained steadfast in the face of Cancer Care Ontario's decision to take those surgeries away from Windsor. So therefore, it really was. And he said he's never been prouder to represent this community at Queen's Park. He said, thank you all. Again, from Taras Natashak, MPP of Windsor, Essex. It was a good thing for us. And again, I talked about it before. It's almost ridiculous if you think about it, with the heavy industrialization that Windsor has also always had, and especially also being by Detroit, our cancer rates are higher than the normal or than the average. And so to make us travel for much needed surgeries doesn't really make any sense at all. It's really it's quite ridiculous, again, as I've already said. Okay, so my next slide up there would be our little orange barrels. Just, not a big, just a little update. They're trying to, they said the construction season continues to happen. There's several projects nearing their completion. And it can be quite dangerous at the end of the day. There was Division Road to Ledyard Road, rain restrictions, road reconstruction November 29th. And just to show you, what I was at Windsor Airport last night, and I was talking to one of the security guards, and just for an example, the high winds with all this extra construction stuff laying around, and what happened was it blew one of their big construction signs over, one of those big weighted signs. It made a car veer, okay, and it was actually a write-off, and both occupants were fine. But show you that there's extra hazards when you have all this road construction, all their road construction paraphernalia laying all over the place, especially when into the high kind of gale winds that we had yesterday. Riverside Drive eastbound of West Long lanes will be closed between Bertha and Martinique, again for that water main construction, hopefully done by the 30th. A lot of the work that looks like they're trying to get done by the end of November between Riverside Drive and Wyandotte, so again, avoid those types of areas. And again, looking like the Wyandotte business community, a lot of work. Lincoln Road, Assumption, Bliss is over by Walker, Willestead Crescent, so a lot of work going there as far as our orange barrels. Okay, let me get my next slide up there, Alex. In regards to this was Facebook. It was from Blackburn News. I know again Ashley Cole kind of raised the topic. Once a stunning announcement in regards to Hines' decision to walk out of Leamington. But it looks like they expect to meet with the officials, Mayor John Patterson, through H.J. Hines Company in Toronto on Friday. He says they kind of contacted him, which is a good thing. They want to see what their intentions are with the plant. They want to, will they consider an investor? You make the announcement, but there's a lot more that goes along with it in regards to them sticking it to us. And then you have what Patterson spoke with Wynne, all the Conservative leaders, Andrew Horvath over the weekend, as they're all trying to come together provincially to do what they need to do to try to come to a solution. And that's really what it comes down to be. Let's go to a solution. I see a lot of boycotts, a lot of threats of boycotts of Heinz products. Okay, you know what? I'm not saying that's too premature. You need to let Heinz know that you're upset, but at the end of the day, you need to also make sure that, let's go to a nice positive solution going forward. And again, with work from the Windsor Essex Economic Development Corporation, Sandra Pupatello, you got some good heads in there. Let's put together a plan and save it. Okay, let's not throw it away yet and figure it's all over. We got a year to put it together. Okay.
Perhaps it's going to be a refinery.
A refinery for
produce ethanol from corn crops.
Okay, is that a thought process?
Maybe. It's a thought.
Yeah, there's different ones out there. There's also one somebody said hops. Okay, because of all the microbrewery business, said that there's been some Michigan farmers that have flipped over to a kind of hops management. Okay, because of the way microbrewers are taking off. So there are viable solutions. Yep. Okay, and we're hoping that they pick one that keeps them busy.
Is going to be a big one.
Yeah, that would be fantastically huge if that can happen. Okay. Yes, and that shifts the fields for the farmers. That's really what it's critical. Not only to just say a Heinz plant and put something in it. What are you going to do with all the farmer suppliers who have been used to shipping their goods, okay, directly to Heinz and not have to find other avenues? So it's
the tomato grows also in green. What's called
green management?
Greenhouses.
Oh, greenhouses. Yes.
Yeah. Well, the corn doesn't.
Yes. Oh no, and for that too. Yeah.
They have to do some kind of.
It's a change is major investment. There's no doubt. So anyways, we're looking at some good things. Positive. We'll find more on Friday. Give me my next slide because I don't know if it's just Heinz that's trying to affect our little community here, but Pittsburgh Steelers play at where? Oh my God, Heinz Field. Believe it or not. Okay, and then we had the game with them, and it was we started slow, but we come bouncing back. We had 27-23 lead by halftime. Looked like really was looking like it was we're doing okay. I need to finish up quickly, okay? And a fake field goal that went awry gave them momentum. Pittsburgh came back and beat Detroit. They're still tied for first, 37-27, okay? And then my last slide, and we can tie it up. Alex, I just want to let everybody know that there will be an announcement tomorrow from the Downtown Windsor Business Improvement Association that Mr. Hockey himself, Gordie Howe, has agreed to participate with Winterfest. Okay, so another good thing for downtown Windsor. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, so we're tying up all the loose ends. I thank you for watching the show tonight. We are live streamed, okay, by Noxtrom Digital Media, XA's TV. This is the Convergence Report. I am Mike Thomas, okay, and I will absolutely, don't forget, check us out on YouTube. Okay, less commercials, a little shorter time, maybe not tonight, a little shorter time, and do tune in to see Betty on the go, okay, and Ashley Nicole's Beyond Incredible. I'm Mike Thomas. Have a great night.